It's your boy ConserViz34, and today we have to address the issue of those people who complain about setlist complainers in the Dave Matthews Band community. So this video is going to show why those who complain about the complaining are the biggest hypocrites when it comes to this idea of how you feel about a show. So let's get it started. I want to break down the two sides of the DMB diehard fan base world. There's a lot of people that go to the shows and they're just casual fans. Some of them have been to a lot of shows. They go every year, but they're just a casual fan. They don't get on the message boards. They just go to the shows. Sometimes they go every 5 years or every 2 or 3 years. But they try to catch DMB shows when they can. But you have this diehard fan base. It's one of the best communities that you have in modern music. And you have people on one side and on the other. And we're going to talk about those two sides. And the first side is the antsmarching.org set list critiquing, never satisfied part of the fan base. And sometimes they are satisfied, so I shouldn't say never satisfied, but it takes a lot for this band on the set list to really make this side happy. They want the band to be what they've never been, which is Phish. Oh, they should play. They have so many more songs. They should play out their entire catalog or bring back all these old songs magically. And if I go to 3 different shows in 3 different cities, I should get all these different experiences at every show, which has never happened, by the way. You look at 2000, 2001, 2004, even 98, 99. These are years with the band, but they was on fire. But the band has never been Phish. In those years, certain songs were played more than they are now. There were songs that got 40 plays, 35 plays, 30 plays. And they never played out the entire set list back then. So they had a couple more albums. They're still only going to play a certain amount of the catalog. And in the last couple years, they played more songs on tour than they ever had before. So they are expanding their catalog of what they play live, but there's a certain wall this band hits. They're not Phish. They're not a jam band like Umphrey's McGee or the Grateful Dead, but they're not the play the same set every night that you see from other rock bands. They're in the middle. Anyway, that's one side of the spectrum, the antsmarching.org community. And that's not a bad, they're not like, I honestly don't mind that because it's all on a message board. And when they're at shows, they're not sitting there like, I don't like this show. When they go to shows, they dance, they do whatever, and they keep to themselves. So this video is not about the antsmarching.org very critical and very analytical side of things. This is going to be about the other side of things. The other side of the spectrum is the super positive, you have to love everything or you're not a true fan side of the fandom. And many people that are a part of this side of the fandom, they're not necessarily people that I'm calling out in this video, because many people love everything about the band, but they let people with different opinions have those opinions and they stay quiet. Or they say, well, I disagree, but I respect your opinion. And there are different communities that these people are blended into that I really rock with. DMB family, for example. I know some of the people in that group. I've met them at different shows and they've done nothing but be kind to me, offer great hospitality. But within these groups are hypocrites who want to be positive all the time. They would hear Dave play the phone book and it's the best thing since sliced bread. And while they have those opinions, which they can have, that's their right, they're hypocritical because when somebody says something like, well, I didn't really like that part of the show, or you know what, that encore, it wasn't one of the better encores at Saratoga Springs. When people have those opinions, they all of a sudden go from super positive, be kind no matter, with blah, 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 and LOVE with the big V, which is very obnoxious, by the way, although they're supposed to be a positive group and everything. Whenever someone has a dissenting opinion and is not all positive, they then get negative. So Mr. or Mrs. I'm positive all the time, blah, 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 positive vibes only, gets negative when someone has a differing opinion. And that's what this video is about. It's about those hypocritical people who call out other people for having different mindsets in how they take in a show. And, oh, be happy the band playing. You can't have any opinions. It's not a free country. It's not America. You have to like everything. Otherwise, you're not a true fan. That is who I'm going to be talking about and highlighting with screenshots that people deleted because they backpedaled like a quarterback, coming back, covering wide receiver, looking back. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I was mean. Well, we're going to show and expose in these pictures exactly what is wrong with this part of the fan base. So I'm going to show a screenshot in a second. This screenshot is based off of a post that may have been from a troll or may have been someone who was just upset about Saratoga Springs Night 2 and the way it ended. And they said, worst set ever. Now, yes, it wasn't the worst set ever, but that's not the point of how this started. What happened was people who are positive, be kind always, no matter, positive vibes only, decided to be hateful and rude back. So the people who have the love sign with the obnoxious V are the ones who are being hateful towards people who may have been trolling. Now, let's take a look at this screenshot. And if you look at the screenshot, a good person that I met in Mansfield, Massachusetts, Lauren Knight, she responded to a picture of a middle finger by saying, Stacey May, is that your attitude with everyone you disagree with? And then Stacey May replied with hatred. Lauren Knight, why are you such a brr? Okay, so this is the case in point. The first thing is a middle finger that Stacey May posts up, and then Lauren just asked, why don't you just let people who disagree with you go? And then Stacey calls her out and calls her, okay? And then Lauren Knight professionally responds, Stacey May, cute and mature. I'm not the one flipping people off, grow up. That's a good point. Those are actual facts. And this is the thing with the positive vibe only, but if someone's negative, I'm going to attack them. And again, the key word is the attacking. You can love every second of a DMB show, but the point where you go from that to attacking people who disagree or who may even be negative is when you become a hypocrite. And being hypocritical is why my point is the people who complain about the setlist complainers are going against the same code they are trying to defend online. Let's take a look at a couple other screenshots because it gets even uglier by someone who's be kind always, no matter. Let's take a look. And in this next part of Positive Vibe Only Stacey May, she tells Lauren Knight to go herself and that she's butthurt. And yet again, Lauren Knight, without attacking her personally, says that she's not upset at all. And then Stacey May, here's where this is the thing I want to highlight next. Stacey May says, you were probably in the pit. It's okay. And then Lauren responds, nope, wasn't. Keep assuming things. This is the biggest thing with these fans who, again, attack other fans who critique or say that not everything is great or, hey, there's different opinions people have. They assume certain things. This happened to me last night when I posted that, hey, you know what? That set list from SPAC Night 2 was disappointing. I had spoke with Lauren via, we were on Twitter, and I spoke with John Dix on Facebook Messenger. Fans were disappointed. Not every fan, but fans were disappointed. But here's the hypocritical thing. After I got that data, I'm bringing that back and posting it on to a Dave Matthews Band, Facebook page to represent people that I know are at the show. But then people assume that, oh, you never post anything positive. You never do this. You never do that. Same thing with Lauren here. You were probably in the pit. You're probably one of the pit snobs. Without any facts. Now, for me personally, yes, I do have a lot of critiques about the band, and I try to do them as little as I can, and I try to do it in a respectful way where I don't attack personal people in the band by commenting on their posts saying you suck. That's too far. I'll say I don't agree with that. But here's the thing. Hours before my post about that, I actually had a post that was positive about how great DMB shows are and what shows I go in between my DMB shows. Other times I've put up stuff on Twitter where I'm going nuts after a show saying, yo, this is dope. This is an amazing show. It had You and Me in it. That's not my favorite song, but I still love the freaking show. I was talking about Mohegan. There's other shows on the tour. I'm like, I'm happy for the fans here. I'm happy for the people who got to experience this show. I'm not just about negative things. And Lauren, in this case, wasn't even in the pit. She was looking to find seats inside. I don't know if she actually did or not, but she did not have pit seats. She was trying to get in by any means possible, even if it was a lawn seat, and went to this show because she wanted to experience the show. So the thing that really is that's also just another check mark on why these people are so idiotic is they assume things. Be kind always no matter. You're assuming always no matter. And you're name calling yet more. And here we get to the part that this is what really makes it just laughable. And this goes on, and I see this all the time. Later in this same photo, Stacey May says, you're trolling. So she's saying you're trolling everybody. You're not even a true fan. This is the whole part of, be kind always, no matter, but I'm going to criticize your post about a set. So I'm not a true fan because I'm honest. You know what the best spouse is? You know what the best friend is? It's the spouse or the friend that actually calls you out, that wants better for you, that gives you opinions and feedback, even if you don't agree with everything. You don't have to agree with everything that your best friend says to you, or your mother and father says to you, or your spouse. There's compromise, there's things you bend in, but there's some things that you take from these people, and then what you do is say, okay, they're making this point to make me better, I'm gonna listen, okay? I'm gonna try to be better in this way. That's exactly how fans like me and Lauren in the middle feel. We're not telling the band they have to change their entire set list. We're not telling the band they have to even listen to what we say. We're not attacking the band, which I don't approve of. People attack Jeff on Twitter, or Stefan on Twitter. They attack Dave, and they attack everyone else except Carter. Carter, no one hates Carter, right? People I even know who hate DMB love Carter. They're like, yo, DMB sucks. Yo, they're tools. But I love Carter, man. He's really cool. Anyway, but the point is this. There is a middle ground where people have feelings about a show. And some of the fans say, well, hey, man, you should be enjoying all the shows. You shouldn't be negative. You should be positive. I am positive. Lauren is positive. I met her at the show. And we talked about how excited we were for that show. We talked about things we like about the band before the show. So while we do give opinions, while we have differing thoughts, we don't think that every song is the best thing since sliced bread. We do love this band. I will defend this band against people who hate it. I defend this band against people who say, well, they should be like Fish. No, they've never been Fish. Dave has always, part of what he plays is he plays what he feels, and he can only play so many songs in a tour on point. So he picks a certain amount of songs, he practices them, and he plays them on point. But all I'm saying is, hey, well, maybe if they add this song a little more, I'd like it. But if they don't, that's fine. So this is case in point. What Lauren Knight had to go through, what I had to go through, whatever. It is what it is. But what Lauren had to go through is clear-cut somebody who is trying to be positive all the time, love everything about the band, and can't take 5 seconds to scroll down from someone who says it's the worst set list ever and go to the next conversation below where people are saying they love this set. That is the key thing. That's the difference between those who love everything but scroll down and those who love every second of the band and then negatively impact other fans' opinions, be mean, call them names, assume things about them, profile them, and think they know who this person is without actually looking at the facts. One of the things with debate and different things is facts. When people get to name calling and saying you're not a true fan and assume things without the receipts, without the screenshots, without the proof, that is what is one of the worst things about the Dave Matthews Band community. There are fans that you can be wherever you lie on this spectrum. But if you're going to be positive about the band and then attack people who are negative or critique things about the band, you are a hypocrite. But if you critique things about the band and love things about the band, you're just someone who takes in a show differently. You don't like everything about the band, but who likes everything about their family, about their significant other, about their kid? Come on, be honest. You don't like everything about your kid. You yell at your kid, but you're telling me to be positive about DMB all the time. You yell at your baseball team, but be positive about DMB all the time. And yes, baseball is different than a concert. But there are good shows and there are bad shows. There are shows that are better for casual fans and shows that are better for diehard fans, and that's okay. And all I'm asking is this. For people, wherever you lie, if there's an opinion you disagree with, come in classy with facts on why you disagree, or just scroll down. Because if you don't have facts, if you don't have anything that just brings your perspective to it so I can understand your perspective, you're wasting your time. And as someone posted, I think it was Nick on DMB Family, it all comes down to nothing. It all means nothing if you're going to debate somebody and just name call and then say you're not a true fan and be happy the band's torn. No. Come with facts, come with why you think this was good, why you think it's not, and then we can agree to disagree but have a nice exchange. That's what my page is about. That's what my live streams are about. That's what my Twitter and my Facebook is about. Giving an opinion. If you don't agree, scroll down or come with your opinion and I'll think about it. I'll look at it and say, you know what? You make a good point there. You know what? You have solid facts, but I disagree. So that's all I'm saying. I'm defending the people in the middle, okay? All I'm saying is you don't have to like every second of a D&B show. You can go to the bathroom during certain songs. It doesn't make you less of a fan. There's songs that Dave hates. There's songs that Leroy hated back in the day. We are human, and part of being human is you can't be positive 100% of the time. It's impossible. It's impossible to be positive 100% of the time. And these people who pretend to be positive 100% of the time, they get negative and angry and hateful when anyone disagrees with them. And we see it right here. So kudos for Lauren Knight for just trying to show that, hey, I'm trying to just stand up for people who have different opinions. Not this opinion or that opinion, but different opinions. This set of screenshots that I took started with Lauren saying, well, what's wrong with people that have different opinions than you? And she got attacked. She got called names. This has happened to her. It's happened to me. It's happened to other people who say, you know what? I don't like every second of a show, but it's okay if you do. I'm not going to bully you or name call you. I'm just going to give my opinion. And it is what it is. So definitely like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. I'm out. Peace.